We're at perfect timing. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the SRU Truck Series here tonight. The summer finale here as they go on to Atlanta. So 6 points separates this man right here, Mr. Philip Bridgman, and Mark Kosick. That is the tight battle there for this little summer shindig. Just 6 points. Alongside of me is Mr. Will.
Good day.
Yes, good day. We've seen how well Atlanta is. We've seen it on TV. What's your thoughts of the new to the old?
Honesty?
Yeah?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But on the lighter side, it does make for some interesting racing. And I guess bright side, lighter side, the sunny side, the green grass of home. Basically the same color of these walls because, Kentucky did away with and, Quaker State, the oil company, signed a multi-million-dollar multi-year deal with the Kentucky Speedway, and then that deal had to go to Atlanta. Not a lot of people know that. Anyway, that's why the walls are painted green now at Atlanta. Anywho, but I've said this multiple times. I'll have to say it again. Like, my favorite configuration of Atlanta is like original Atlanta to 1997 Atlanta. That's my favorite configuration. I don't mind like watching like the second time this season that the Cup Series went there for the second time for the summer race, I guess you could say. I just kind of didn't care for it, and I slept through it that day. Watched the highlights later on, and I was okay with that because I saw how the first race went, and it was. I like Atlanta because Atlanta used to be like the fastest mile-and-a-half track, and like you put restrictor plates on these vehicles, on these race crafts, on these race vehicles, and it doesn't really make it the fastest mile-and-a-half anymore. It just makes it the raciest mile-and-a-half because side by side all the way around, or you get some three wides going on. Looks like how many people was here for practice? I don't think everybody's qualified.
I got a nice few, 20-something.
Yep, I was about to say, it doesn't look like everyone has taken the chance to attempt to qualify.
Yep. But pretty much
But,
this race is down to Philip and Kosick.
Yes, like you said, 6 points separates the 40 and 33 machines. Temperature 108. Holy moly.
I had a track temp 108. Weather out on the sim is 88, 68% humidity, partly cloudy. God, they got a strong 12-mile-per-hour wind gust. Oof. So, laps, 91 laps, comp car, stage break, as I call it, lap 46. Unlimited tires, 75% fuel, green white checkers 1, and 2 quick fixes. And now our starting grid.
Oh, it's going to be overcast or maybe going into night.
Probably. Don't know if Atlanta has lights unless they fix that. But anyway, starting P1 will be Brad Delph. P2 will be Robbie Darnell. P3 John L. P4 Phillip. P5 Vernon. P6 James Bryan. P7 John Henderson. P8 Skylar Sixton. P9 Jimmy Emas. P10 Jason Adams. P11 Tyler Myers. P12 Josh Smalls. P13 will be Jaden Sanchez. P14 will be Mike Rhino. P15 will be Kyle Heath. P16 will be Cassidy. P17 will be Larry. P18 will be Jim. P19 will be Kevin. P20 will be Mark. P21 will be Michael. P22 will be Robert. And P23 will be Brandon LaHillier.
Well, Brian, it's nice to see Jaden Sanchez in the field tonight. He is one I have been able to see from the BNR Racing League experience, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, let's just pray and hope and wish and think that he doesn't do some of the moves he has done over here, because SRU guys, they're kind of strict about what does and does not take place on the racetrack. So I'm not saying that other leagues aren't, but I'm just saying, got to be careful with that tomfoolery. You might be pulling with those shenanigans. So Delph Darnell starting front row. Nice to see Vernon back. I think he's only able to run like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something with his work schedule. Good to see everybody. I think they're going to take a 2-week break, or
Yes.
2 or 3 week break, and then be back soon. So some of these contenders in this race deciding not to qualify, so therefore they will be starting, I believe it's 16th on back. So Kyle Heath on back, I believe did not qualify, but 15th on forward did. So Kevin Roy starting P21st. So gonna be interesting to keep an eye on a handful of ones, gonna try to make their way up through the field. They got 91 laps in total to do it, 45 if they want to be quick about it. And Pace Truck dived off. They are in the starting area. Kind of a good hold here for the race leader, but then he kind of gets going up through the gears. Might have spun the tires there on that somewhat newly, freshly paved Atlanta surface. But they're going to get going now up through the gears through 1 and 2. A lot of side-by-side going on early here in this opening lap. Really, first lap looking like a still pace lap, but there is no safety vehicle out there in front of them. Philip Bridgman going to try to work with Darnell on the high side. Oh my, Darnell almost tagged the wall, but that kind of scared Philip there a little bit. You can kind of see Philip jabbing the brake, maybe just pedaling the throttle. Just was like, whoa, scared me a moment, but then going to work with Darnell again. Delph kind of going up, side drafting on exit, but chose better of it a little bit later on the straightaway. Vernon back there on the low line trying to get some momentum with everybody else behind him. You can see a lot of people have forsaken that bottom. I do suspect and expect to see that high side be the lane to go with here this evening. That's going to have all that forward momentum. down that not long but relatively straight and good back straightaway. Going to be able to carry that into turn 3 and then off of the corner exit of turn 4, be able to cut this not so straightaway here, this double kink tri-oval here at Atlanta, diving into turn 1. There's no help on the bottom for the 14 of Delft. Oh, and we have a caution already here. Lap 4, not quite 5 laps completed, but at least they got through the opening 2.
Oh yeah.
You
So
could
this
see
happened.
James Bryan was up there early in his yellow submarine trying to make some hay. Gonna get a good replay here. Chopper can. Oh, netcode. But also, who was that? Emos? Emus? Keep trying to pronounce
Emos.
it. Emas. That was, I believe that was him. Kind of floated up, just kind of went, you know how you could arc it to get a better run for the second kink there, or the second part of the dog leg, or there's so many names for these straightaways on these quad ovals. But I think that was him. Yes. And David Cassidy on the outside in the Red Baron machine. Just nowhere really to go. He was in his lane. Something happened further back. Oh, that's some damage for the 33 of. Oh, just wasn't able. Maybe his brakes went out or something. He just viciously wasn't able to stop that slide from coming back up on the embankment. Kind of a reversal of Dover. What comes up must go down, and then in this instance, what goes down will come up, as that power slide was just too much forward momentum. We
Oh
had
yeah.
some pit takers here under this caution early on, either for maybe some pit strategy for that extra fuel, perhaps, or maybe, you know, we have unlimited sets of tires in the SRU, so possibly just tires. But, you know, I wouldn't think Atlanta would be that tire sensitive. You know, it just got freshly redone here. So, but a lot of pit takers here, Brian. I would say
Oh yeah.
three three third three thirds. Wow, 3/4 uh, of the field, I would say, came down pit road, and the top 10 stayed out. Kevin Roy, Lahaller, Cheswick, Blair. Oh, look at Larry Blair. Emos, who may or may not have caused that caution. Kyle Heath up there in 5th position, no surprise, doing some strategy. Jason Adams, Skylar Sigston, James Bryan, and Darnell rounds out the top 10 in reversal style as I went up the ladder instead of down it. Look at that. I got creative. So, who would be a pick here, Brian, real quick before we get back going green? Who would you pick here to maybe not win the, you know, this season's championship, but, you know, there's a race within the race, and that is this race at hand at the moment. And who do you think, you know, could win this race, Brian?
Uh, I would go with I'm gonna have to say Kyle Heath. He's just
Of course you will.
a
I
very
might
strong
have to say,
performer. And how about you, sir?
well, I mean, we know that out of Kyle. I mean, he shows it just about every week. But I kind of want to pick Skylar Sigston if he could keep his nose clean. I almost want to pick Skylar here. Maybe Blair in that 73, Larry Blair. here tonight. Awesome to see. And gonna get the restart here. Good restart by Darnell this time. Not trying to. Well, I say that, and then here comes Brian, right back, almost on his outside. I wonder if we're gonna have everybody kind of forsaken that bottom on this run here, even though the last one was only about 4 laps, but just kind of be intrigued to see who jumps up to that top side, how quickly, how quickly people just, well, now
Here comes
it
Phil.
almost looks like everybody went to the bottom. Oh, and another incident has occurred on course. I just loved whenever they painted the track, they purposely did it to where it like narrows up and tunnels up in turn 1. Like you got so many lanes on the front straightaway and it's like, oh, crash. We just want it to occur. Looks like Jim Coleman'sberger here in the 11. Something may or may not have happened in front of him. Oh, something did happen in front of him. There was a big checkup. Delph checked up, and oh man, oh that is a horror show right there. And David Cassidy, unfortunately, looks like he got some piece of it right there. That is, he was just collected in the other crash, but yeah, that happened so quick. Log jam effect. Just trying to check up. There was I think somebody gave the 14 possibly a love tap, and that love tap was not received well, perhaps, and made the 14 start to walk up the track, and he caught it, but then he had some check-ins up going on, and that just led to a whole lot of bad stuff occurring. We're gonna get a good onboard look here from the Red Baron Pizza Camp. Wish it was a sponsor. I mean, not a big Red Baron fan, but oh man, look at all this carnage. Oh wow, oh. I don't think David got any damage there. I think he might have actually, he must got like 75, 100 brake sensitivity or something. Like brake sensitivity to like, when I hit this brake, you will do what that is some Hooters girls right there. Look at that. Gonna get a good view though of this truck just Dale Earnhardting itself into the wall. Probably shouldn't have said that, but now that it's already out there, it's kind of too late now. But man, yeah, I think the 88 or Menard's truck, it could be an 88, not quite, don't want to, but the Menard's truck, I do think let's ride on board with the Menard's truck, because I think if we ride on board with the 88, we could see him possibly giving a bump to Vernon, or no, I don't think we're with the 88. Okay, we're on the wrong truck. It's whoever is behind Delph, because Delph gets hit, and then we got people checking up, and then like just all sorts of like I said, lots of commotion, lots of log jamming. Yeah, yellow and black truck. You know, if we go through enough onboards, we'll eventually find the right one. If we keep questioning and just keep looking. Okay, so Delph had to check up because of the black and gray truck in front of him. And then whenever he did that, everybody behind was already stacked up on one another. They were just like, whoa, you did what now? And that was LaHauler in the 3. So, yeah. But anywho, back to green flag. Here we go, that Chevy Pace truck darting off onto that concrete pit lane.
Great
Pretty
start,
even
Bart.
start.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the outside three is Marley, Heath, and Bridgman. And then the bottom is Darnell, Bryan, and Adams. Yes. Oh
Indeed,
boy.
Adams
Oh
back
boy.
there, and that. Well, there goes my horse. What a disappointment. I know it's still early, but man. Oh, Mike Rhino. I believe that was no, that was. I
Yeah.
don't know who that
Uh huh.
was.
I'm Mike Rhino. It sure was.
Was it? No, that was Emos again up there that I saw, and then back here. Oh my lord. Yeah, Emos and Mike Rhino's trucks from a long distance looked the same, and I thought he was further up the field, and I accidentally called his name, and I didn't even know he was in this. Man, that he, whenever somebody checks up, man, it just turns into like Power 5000. Oh, you're checking up? Here, let me help you with that. You just, oh man, David Cassidy got his nose cut off by Delp, trying to make some moves. And, oh, we got some log jam going on. Brandon LaHoller, what are you doing up here, my? Oh, man. Brandon checking up again, and that just, man, that pace truck almost T-boned
Did he?
Rhino, but just about. But LaHoller checking up again and causing some more fracas. And
So I didn't go back far enough. Let's see what caused.
well, Skyler obviously missed. I don't know what happened because whenever Skyler got out of line and got back there in front of LaHoller, Skyler was off the pace. There's something going wrong, and LaHoller didn't know how to react to it. And everybody behind LaHoller was like, "What are we doing?" And see, watch this, watch this. It's gonna happen so quick. LaHoller's like, "What's going on?" And then everybody behind Brandon's like, "What's going on?" And wreck's already occurred. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say that other word. I was trying to say, the other word. And if it sounded like I said one word, don't worry about it. I didn't. I didn't. Don't even fret. Anywho, Darnell seems to just be comfortable with his strategy. We've seen
Hey,
some early pit takers.
look, it's Darnell and then Bryan Adams. You like that, huh?
I got black flagged on the start. Oh no, that's what happened to Skylar Sixton. He got black flagged and was having to concede some positionings. Anywho, yeah, we got Bryan Adams in the race tonight. That was the summer of '69. What else did he sing? I run to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you give me another minute, I'll think of some more. Anywho, I wonder how much of a steering ratio yes. Give me some more time and I'll keep butchering it, even though it's only got 4 letters. Anyway, I wonder what type of steering he's got. I still need to serve. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's got 3 laps to serve it.
What did you do? Like somehow jump the start?
No, if he didn't meet minimum speed in the restart box if blacks flag him. Or unless he passed the leader.
Bruh. Oh.
That's why you always see Brian on top there tend to fall back a little bit. It only goes towards first and second, otherwise third and on back.
I don't know how to feel about that. Anywho, so back to green flag racing, hopefully. Had a few cautions early on here, sprinkled in. Hopefully we can get around all of that. Really close, tight bunch here. Just throw a bed sheet over them.
Larry Blair
man,
getting
we got
his
some
nose about to
separation.
come up here in the mix.
Oh my. There is a lot of separation. I believe Mark Koshik is in pit road. That is gonna be kind of hurtful. Marty
Yeah.
serving that penalty, but James Bryan on that outside trying to get a full truck length in the lead before he chops down, I would assume, possibly leaving Kyle Heath. Maybe possibly stay with him.
All
Never
Phillip
know.
has to do is just ride right,
Oh.
right where he's at.
I thought James was going to do it there, calling off of turn 2 on the exit, but he decided not to. LaHaller really got close there with Jason in the center, or in turn 3 there. Really tight group here, tight pack, side by side, multiple rows deep. James Bryan finally gets clear of Darnell, wondering what he's going to do. Looks like, oh, now he's coming down. Oh, approaching Sigston here, putting the 57 machine another lap down. This might be 2 laps down. Maybe it
Yes.
might just be 1. Okay, it is 2. 2. 3 strikes, you're out after all.
Well,
Anyway, looks
okay.
like Brian has cleared, and Kyle Heath was not able to stay with him, so now we got Jason Adams and Philip Bridgman on that bottom side, and David Cassidy right there approaching. Philip Bridgman looking to the outside of Jason Adams. I think he could have waited, should have waited. Very impulsive move there by Bridgman, I would assume. But now that he's at the outside, he does have help from everybody on that high side, the 44, the 13, the lap down truck of Skylar Sigston. Looks like Brandon LaHaller's in that high side, so a pretty good group, pretty competitive group to be up there with on that high side. That bottom lane, not too organized. Need some more organization there, fellas. I would say, but now we got Jason Adams trying to make a move, possibly to lead that high lane, and he gets up there. But Philip, he's like, I don't know. Oh, got a bit tail happy entering turn 1, able to keep it under control. Man,
That
all
is-
this side by sideness.
That's
If
that
you get a
12 mile per
gap-
hour wind there.
Indeed. If you get a gap good enough, you take it. You don't. It's that old slobber knocker. Hey, I got a gap. I'm going to take that gap. That
Oh, I
window
saw
of
the Hilliard hit
opportunity.
the wall.
Well, I mean, you're going to have the comers and goers, and it looks like the Hilliard. Dang it, Brian, you got me to say it. La Hauler is just one of those comers and goers at the moment. Jason Adams getting back down to the bottom to chop off that run that James Bryan had. David Cassidy on the bottom with James Sanchez in that
Oh!
for Purple People Eater. Oh my
Oh.
word! A humongous crash in the shade in the billboarded areas of turns 1 and 2, right in turn 1, and my goodness gracious, that is a lot of trucks caught up in that. That was basically from the lead, hero to zero, super quick. I bet you La Hauler's grateful if he wasn't caught up in that. I bet he's grateful that he knocked the wall down earlier.
I don't know. He's smoking. He got caught in it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Retract that statement. I never said a word. Looks like a lot of people got caught up in this crash. Holy moly. Uh, they had a Wabash cannonball down here. Holy man. Lahala was way back here after he had tagged the wall. Well, I guess he wasn't way back yonder, but he was. You would think, man, I'm far enough away now. I'm not going to be caught up in nothing, especially if it happens from the lead. Who was that? Darnell or who? I guess we're going to see. I believe it was Adams. Might have been the Bryan and Adams tandem.
He's got his first real heavy concussion. Oh.
Yes, it is.
Phil
James,
tried to
oh,
avoid
man.
it. Oh.
Darnell gave Bridgman a good bump up the track, and man, oh man, this is. Jason Adams going backwards. Finally able to come to a stop. Oh, Phillip couldn't get by it. This is going to be a fun ride. We're going to see. He almost got by it. That wall kind of ricocheting back down to earth, I guess you could say. Him and James Bryan had a good hard hit, and then Jaden Sanchez, Larry Blair. I think Larry Blair may be the leader of this race. There is I about said Amos. There is Emos coming in to say hello and be a part of it. Yeah, I think Larry Blair is the leader. He was like, yeah, let me just go down here on this flat. He's like, this is the best thing in life right now. Let's just take a hard left. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Move of the race so far. It ain't even halfway, Brian. It ain't even half. Oh, no, he's got a lot of damage on that right front. So you never know who could be the leader when it is kind of said and done here. When we get back from reviewing all of this. Oh, wow. Palmer in the 31.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not laughing that Palmer's in the lead. I'm just laughing that, like, he started, like, last. Or, like, second to last row or something. And, like, you know, this sometimes what you get rewarded with whenever you start last.
Yeah.
You just ride around for a few laps and it'll all take care of itself. You just let it all happen. You just ride around and it will fall into your lap as if it was meant to be. And you can see everybody trying to get in their right starting order for this restart. Going to get the restart. It looks like here lights are out on that Chevrolet Pace truck. So going to get the restart here at lap 30. 29 have been completed, not all under green flag, but been one Atlanta race for the ages.
Oh, yeah. And we come back here in 2 weeks for us in the Cup cars. Anywho, pace truck off. 31, 34.
You know, Brian,
Oh, God. What happened?
I was just gonna say, if anybody likes a good drinking game, just go back and watch this race.
Oh yeah.
But with that being said, still supposed to be a family-friendly show. So, you know, maybe your drink of choice is like orange soda or Pepsi or something. You know, lemonade. Having some guys just fall back to the back. They just go down onto the apron and just pretend like they were never there. Looks like Palmer's trying to do that, but oh no! We could have done that a lot safer. Like, oh man, oh, 0 to 0 moment again, and this time, no caution. Oh man.
Because he is off the racing surface.
Well, yes, but that is just
Very sad.
unbelievable. Just, man. How much more of a punishment can Larry Blair take? You know, I kind of wonder if Blair kind of like glitched in and out for a moment, and like Palmer Spotter was like kind of doing the same, like clear, and then like outside. Like, you know, you never know what kind of could have occurred there, but nevertheless, like he said, very unfortunate. But I think as long as you just stay in this race, anything is liable to happen at this point in time. Multiple trucks, 2 laps down. My, oh my. But not even halfway.
No.
But Mike Rhino, Kyle Heath, Darnell, David Cassidy, Delph, John Held, Cheswick, Kevin Roy, Jim Coleman'sberger, Philip Bridgman, that's the top 10.
Yes.
All separated by 8 3/4 seconds. So, got a good gap, good tussle and battle going on for the top spot. 3-way battle, I would say, between Rhino, Heath, and Darnell, because only 3/10 separate them. Then it's 2 seconds back to Cassidy. So we had a lot of disconfusion on this restart, because there was some guys trying to go to the back, and then we had some guys just trying to pass them, and just a lot of misconfusion. As Mike Rhino looks to be under pressure from Kyle Heath.
But 79 to 28. The 52 are 3 laps down. And then we have 24, 57 to 88, 33 to 4, and a 31 2 laps down. And then Blair is 1 lap down.
David Cassidy catching the back of Dardanelle, able to run them down somehow. So it's a 4-truck bout at the front of the field. I would assume everybody's just kind of riding now to the comp caution at lap 45. So, but I say that we're double file 3 deep up here at the front of the field. but well, two of the trucks on the bottom aren't on the lead lap, so I mean, I don't know how excited we should get, but I mean, they're fully repaired. They used one of their quick fixes, so I mean, it's all about getting back on the lead lap now, I suppose. And they're both, well, yeah, they're both 2 laps down, so man, a lot of teamwork makes that dream work, I suppose, to attempt to get back on that lead lap. And at the moment, looks like James Bryan has got by Mike Rhino. You know, if it was to end at this moment in time, he'd be 1 lap down, but, you know. Well, your pick's still on the lead lap. My pick, at least one of them, kind of threw a hand grenade at his feet.
Well, I don't know. There's still a lot of laps left. That's for sure. So.
Oh well, yeah. I'm kind of curious to see how many more big, huge crashes we have that catch up. You know, lead lappers. At the moment, there's only 11 on the lead lap. Larry Blair is 1 lap down, so he is having to wrestle around a really heavily damaged truck at this moment, really hoping and praying that no one else but Henderson looks to be going a lap down. He's 26 seconds off the pace, and the next to be a lap down, so looks to be the next one to fall into the clutches. Oh, there's Palmer. Hello, Palmer. Didn't feel, I guess, that he was comfortable leading, but just couldn't get. Oh, there is Blair. Hopefully they don't have it coming together again. But last lap, who's gonna get the caution? Oh, no. Okay, my bad. I got all excited for a moment. I'm like, oh man, there's a lead change going, but I thought Heath got past Rhino, but Rhino, that was David Casper. That was the Red Baron. Looks like Kyle Heath might try to get some forward momentum from the draft of, oh, never mind. As the caution. All right, indeed, is out here. Henderson doesn't look like he went a lap down, so looks like Blair gets back on the lead lap. And you never know, might have some people just get the lucky dog, do some praying for a quickie caution. But I don't know, that was a pretty good stint there, Brian, that they went green flag. So I would expect just about everybody to come down and pit. So
Yeah.
maybe some people may just take some gasoline or maybe just some right side action. Be interesting to see here. Maybe get to talk to Kyle Heath or maybe, you know, somebody. Somebody, blah, blah, somebody. Oh, everybody's pitting now. Pits are open. Let's not try to, I guess, pull. Yes. Now the stutter takes effect. Hello, stutter. Where have you been? Anywho, 5th caution of the day. First and only comp caution. So in others means 4 for on-track roughhousing, I guess you could say. And this is comp caution. Looks like we're getting some way bys. Some people getting a way by Looks like Jason Adams, maybe Brian as well. Hello, hello. How are you? There's
Wow.
only 2 people here. It's just really me and Brian. Oh, we do have some other viewers. My bad. So everyone might. Oh man, I'm making everybody else feel bad now, I guess.
Hey, it
I don't
happens.
normally check and see who all's viewing. Anywho,
Let's see. Who can be. Phil.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going alright.
so Philip, let me ask you this question. So going into this race, did you know that you were having a chance to win a championship tonight?
I had no idea. I was under, like, I thought it was just like an expedition race type thing, but
I thought it was too, but no, this is the last race of the season. Gonna take a couple of 2-3 weeks hiatus after this, then we're gonna get back on the road. So coming back to green here, looks like maybe. Just how does it feel to just being in this type of competition with all these guys? It's such a tight field every week, just about, Phil.
oh yeah, it definitely feels pretty good to actually be in the runnings. That's for sure. There's a lot of great drivers in here. Like it's usually always close together, like each week.
All right, Phil. Well, hopefully we can talk to you on the next caution some more. We didn't know you were going back green this quick, so best of luck to you, Phil. Hopefully you can stay on that lead lap.
Appreciate that.
Kevin Roy inside the top 10 in that 9th position. I think Jason Adams was able to get him and James Bryan, or maybe just him. He was back only 1 lap down, took the waiver round, did not pit, and he is in 10th place, Brian.
Yes, he
So
is.
he's going to have some awkward fuel there. Oh, excuse me. He's really hoping for a caution super quick. Did Mike Rhino pick the high side? I like that. And, yep, got a good launch on that high side. 44 and 14, the Green Machines kind of teaming up here. I don't know if they're actual teammates or just real good friends. You never know here. Philip Bridgman making some hay on that bottom lane with the the fours, the 40, the 14, the 44. Well, you know, if only Mike Rhino was down there. Oh, now we got Kyle Heath on that bottom. First time in the race we've seen that bottom work just about all night, Brian. Very surprising.
Oh, yeah.
As far as lead lapping goes. But now Mike Rhino going to get a run on the outside with David Cassidy. And who is that behind Cassidy? Jim Coleman'sberger, a guy that we saw earlier on just in a terrible crash. And man, oh man, we need another person up here on this outside lane. If anybody can hear me, has the stream pulled up in the race, we need another up there on that outside lane. Make it even at least.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm just very unbiased. I just, you know. Anywho.
Oh, there you go.
Man.
There it is. They heard you. They had answered your wish. Marley went to the outside. But now look at that bottom lane getting all the beef. All that juice.
Yes, all the extra help. Looks like it's more organized than the top. But Mike Reynolds really on the door of the 14. Oh, the 14. That's what happens whenever you stick it to the door of the person on the bottom. They kind of either lose the nose or they're just going to walk it up the track. And that is what occurred. Really slowed down the momentum that the 14 had. Now the 14 going to try to do the opposite to the 34 on his outside. Not really slowed him down at all. Got a good push, beach ball effect from David Cassidy right behind him. And that really allowed that outside lane to get a good run there. I would say maybe 1 or 2 more laps if they can just stay organized, that outside lane that is. Should be able to, at least one of them should be able to clear Darnell, I would expect, but no. We got Delph really putting up a good struggle. Jason Adams back there getting up behind the 40 sneakily. Sneakily, that's not a word. Anywho,
It's all right.
Full of not words tonight. That that quad oval there on the front stretch really makes it difficult to try to pull up or suck up on the back of
14
that
pulled out of
truck.
line.
Yep, really makes it difficult, you know, Brian, just as well as I do, to try to line yourself up with that bumper and give that person in front of you a good push, because you got to turn here and then turn here, and you know, it's just kind of difficult. Like, you never really want to push somebody while you're turning the wheel, because you know, that's just asking for troubles. David Cassidy, Mike Rhino hanging tough on that outside lane. Jim Coleman'sberger right behind them with Kyle Heath. Then we got Darnell on the bottom with Bridgman, Adams, Sanchez. Look at Sanchez just hanging it out there right behind Adams. It's probably things you never want to hear someone say, but John Helm. Where? So there are a couple of the lead lapping. Actually able to get side by side and give each other the proper space and room that each one of them needs and deserves. Philip Bridges in the second position, getting right behind Darnell. Just being patient. Patience is the biggest factor in the type of racing that this plays into. Pack racing is basically patient racing. Just super patient. Got to be super patient. Patient. Just got to be constantly almost 3 wide. And we are 3 wide. No, we're not. So, Philip Bridgman made another look to the outside. Mike Rhino coming up to give Philip Bridgman a push. Darnell's been kind of getting a half a lane up off the bottom. Going to be a good push here from Mike Rhino to Bridgman. Jason Adams coming up to give a round of applause on the back of Mike Rhino. Going to be a 3-truck push on that outside. Now Mike Rhino is going to make it 3 wide. Oh, man. That was a power move by Rhino. Phillips' momentum or run just either went away or stalled out. One of the 3 occurred, and just Mike was like, man, you just went nowhere in a hurry, and I got to get back by you. That's what he said. Jim Coleman'sberger now on the bottom lane, was on the top. Phillip gives a big push to the 34. 61 of 91, 30 laps left. 29 now at the line. So pretty soon here, Guess we'll have 25 to go. Whole lot of moving going on though on that front row. Darnell wants to be a little bit more off that bottom line on the exit. If you've been racing up front with him, you would know that. Mike Reno, I think, knows that, and he's trying to pressure him to at least not come as far up as he has been doing.
Excuse me.
Man, double file, multiple rows deep here in the SRU Truck Series at Atlanta, the season finale for the Summer Series Sprint season, season 8.
You see that little bobble Phillip had there?
Well, that was a reaction probably to the fours bobble that Sanchez had on the bottom lane. Sanchez had a bobble, then the 40 had a bobble. But, man, this is killer stuff here. Indeed. Multiple rows deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to say 8 or 9 rows deep here. We could get a... Oh, no! Trouble for Mike Rhino, but everybody able to gather it up. So is Mike. Wow. What a catch. What a save by everyone involved. And there's still a truck, and Darnell is a sitting duck, I would have to believe. A sitting duck in a green pasture, just waiting. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway. So Kyle Heath closing in now. I'm trying to see. I think we got no. Okay, so Jaden Sanchez must be a lap down.
Yes,
Oh,
he
he's
is.
2 laps down. Oh my. You know, if it was me and coming off of turn 2 here, I would dart down on that back straightaway. But then again, I would, you know, if I was this competitive, I would really try to be getting that lead at the same time. I would try to be the leader of this pack, so I was only 1 lap down. Because do we have any? Oh, James Bryan is 1 lap down, so it would be a fight between him and James. But at the moment, James would get the lucky dog if there was a caution. 25 laps to go, 75% fuel. Went back green at lap 48, or was it 49?
I think they have to pit one more time.
I would have to assume so as well, Brian. Trying to do some mathage.
Well, I know Jaden and Skylar, they're both 2 laps down, so those 2 are for position there. And then you got Larry Blair that's creeping up on the outside there. Is also 2 laps down. So that's going to be interesting. So the 44, the 13, the 11, the 40 are all on the lead lap, and the 44 down there.
Well, we only have 10 trucks at this moment in time on the lead lap. 9 trucks are separated by a second and a quarter.
Yes, indeed, Will.
And
Jim
that's not
Coleman's
even
burger, I'll
counting-
tell you what.
That's not even counting, Brian, some of the trucks that are just battling to try to get 1 or more laps back here. But yes, Jim Coleman'sberger, some would say been through the ringer, been in a couple of early incidents early on, and now in the closing 25 laps really finds himself up here in the fight for the front.
But that bottom lane there starts getting disconnected a little bit with the bobble. There's not enough oomph out of it with the 13 and the 11. They got to stay locked if they want anything to happen. As you see here, oh my God, look at all those cars coming down to the pits.
Man, I was about to ask you, do you think maybe Skyler is hesitant to get on the back of Sanchez and work with him, maybe give him some more pushes because he has seen in other races he's been in with him that maybe is not the best idea?
That could be.
Because it looks like Skyler's really hesitant to work with Jaden to
Oh, Phil
give
with the
him some
bobble.
extra.
Ah,
What a slide and a catch and a save!
hey-o. Now is Marley going to jump up there and get in between Coleman-Sperger? And yes, he is.
Yes, he does. Yes, well, that was a great move. So that just goes to show right there, he was very hesitant and very scared. At the same time, to be working with Jaden, probably nothing against Jaden, just as like, hey, don't know you well enough to throw you.
No.
So
The Canadians are going to work with each other there in the 17 and the 40.
and I think Cheswick is a Canadian as well. So a lot of Canadian.
He might be.
I think he is. I'd have to double check that, but I think he is.
No, he's not.
Okay, well, I'm wrong sometimes, not all the time.
Held is.
Well, there you go. Just the Canadian connections just coming on through. I'm going to say it at some point or not, 17 laps to go. Just wondering when these front runners are going to pit compared to some of those short takers that just occurred a few moments ago.
Oh, don't advance your position below that line, Phil.
Yeah, he was just going down there possibly to give some more room, it looked like. Just trying to get some extra space.
So he doesn't have to win this race. All he's got to do is finish. He pretty much has it locked up as far as I know. Because it was him and Kosick that were going for it. And unfortunately, Kosick is 5 laps down. But from my last update, that's...
Can you check the screen?
Yeah, we're good. Nope, something happened. Nope, there we go. No, we're good. We're back.
Yep.
It was good this whole time. And now it's like, oh, okay.
It's all good. 14 laps remaining. Darnell, Heath, Coleman-Sperger, Cassidy, Bridgman, Cheswick, Delph, Held, Adams, Henderson, Roy, Sanchez, Blair, Ryan. Skyler's in the pits.
I wonder if Phillip is actually just clutching.
Well, I mean, just
Oh, Blair's in the wall.
I didn't really get to ask around. I was kind of slacking, and I didn't really get to ask around to see how many laps to the fuel tank, full tank, fuel tank thing there. There we go. We'll get it right in a moment if we try to say it enough times.
Kevin
so I
Roy
didn't really
going
get
a
to
lap
ask
down.
around.
Oh, 2 laps down.
Yeah, I think he was one of the short pit takers a while ago with a handful of the others.
Someone's out of gas down there.
Looks like Palmer. I don't think he should be out of gas. Maybe just having an engine problem.
Why is the stream doing this? Says it looks good. Oh, there we go. No drop frames or nothing, that's for sure. That's probably having its moment, I guess.
Yeah, 10 laps to go, Brian. Darnell really dominated the performance so far. Really been leading just about every lap of the race. There's been a few that he hasn't led. But other than that, qualified on pole. And I would assume he's trying to just dominate and win this race. Or not. He's just trying to finish out this race strong and probably with a win. He's been up front this entire time. Excellent strategy, everything going his way. Kyle Heath could just be waiting in the wings, but then Coleman'sberger right there.
Ooh, Phil with the bobble. 8 laps to go.
Yeah,
Here
he's
tonight.
working that wheel.
Mike Rhino out.
You know, the longer these guys go, the more I think, hey, they don't have to make a pit stop.
I'm sure one of them do. In the front. Because you ain't going to save fuel by leading the race. Oh, there's that bobble from the 44. But it's not enough for Kyle Heath to get around. Six laps to go. These boys are all lined up. Somebody's saving fuel somewhere. We just don't know where. Somebody back there thought about pitting. As it's 5 oh, Phil. Yep, here they come. Oh!
Oh, Noah's right. Darnell locked it up, spinning out after the commitment line. That's probably speeding as well. Kyle Heath checked up a lot to avoid. Next question is, can Coleman'sberger, Delph, Held, Bridgman, do they have enough to go the distance here? They're going for speed. So, oh my, Coleman'sberger dropping low to defend. 3 laps to go. Okay, 3 laps to go. Yes, indeed. So we have Coleman'sberger defending 2 lines of traffic here, but he's sticking with the bottom. John Held on the top, trying to go around Delph. Philip Bridgman just waiting, lurking, just probably still saving. Oh, 2 laps to go now. Jim Coleman'sberger leading. John Held on that high side in the Hot Wheels machine, trying to figure out a way by Delph in that 14. Scott's Turf Lawn Care Carl Edwards Mark Martin scheme.
I'll be excited
Wow.
for my Jersey native if he comes out here and wins this thing tonight.
Oh, he's going to have to make that Hooters machine very wide, coming off of turn 4 for the final lap. And he's going to take the white flag. So, white flag, it will not be settled till we see the checkered. Jim Coleman'sberger really staying on this bottom line, making it his best friend in the world. Delph not able to get by, doesn't have the momentum, doesn't have the run set up. Now he's looking last moment, getting to that corner.
Oh!
Big, huge crash.
Oh, he's out of gas.
Jim Coleman'sberger.
Phillip!
Jim Coleman'sberger's out of gas. Philip Bridgman going around, bicycling, pedaling. Philip Bridgman is pedaling to the line, and he will win. Oh my goodness. Jim Coleman'sberger
That was good.
ran out of gas right in the center of 3 and 4. Philip Bridgman just hung a right, got by him, and made his way there to the line and captured this victory here tonight. Kyle Heath and the dominant leader of the race, Darnell.
I think Phil's out of gas.
Man,
Oh, Kyle's going to come up here and help him.
Kyle Heath and Darnell, they had to pit because obviously they were the two front runners of this pack. They were just draining their tank just bone dry, and a well-deserved championship and victory, I would say, here for the 40th Philip Bridgman. Won championships in other series, but I'm pretty sure since coming on board with the SRU and these guys, very strong competitive group, well-deserving of this, I would have to say, of Philip Bridgman. A great, hard-fought win, too. Never got caught up in any, well, I mean, he did get caught up in that one huge crash in turns 1 and 2 early on, but never really lost a lap, Brian. Stayed on that lead lap.
Indeed.
And we know normally at super speedways, pack races, or pack racing, when it comes to a place like this, that Philip is a goodwill man. Man, three drivers finished on the lead lap tonight, mainly because of fuel strategy, fuel mileage played a big part into this. Really, really crazy finish. Excellent drive for everyone involved. Just great racing altogether. But man, wacky finish nevertheless.
Well, we'll come here and
Unbelievable finish.
talk to your race winner here.
Philip, hey, what did you think whenever you saw Darnell make his move, and then that crash occur, and then Jim, he ran out of fuel?
It was wild. It was just everything just opening up for me, and it worked out so good.
All right, I love your short replies. How long have you been, how long were you saving fuel? Obviously, the 44 and 13, they were up front after that green flag dropped from, and so, man, Philip, just, I'm so excited here. But, they obviously had to pit. You guys behind them didn't. You guys were able to at least get to the white flag. And just how long were you saving fuel for, Philip?
I want to say like roughly 20 laps.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like I was really close to the cars when I wasn't saving, and then when I started to save, I was like leaving a car, length. I was like half throttling it almost.
Right. Now, were you running out of gas after you passed Jim, like coming to the stripe, or did you run out of gas after you took the checker?
As soon as I hit the stripe, it started to sputter.
So, man, you had saved, you had finagled and did all your magical tricks and everything, and saved enough gas to exactly the distance. So that is amazing, unbelievable, wacky racer finish here tonight, Philip. Just how does it feel, man? You've been racing with the SRU guys now for like 2 seasons, I think, and to win a championship with this competitive group of guys, or to even win a race, or to be competitive with them on a week in week out basis at most tracks. Just explain to us like how that is.
It's an absolute ton of fun. Like, there's a lot of clean drivers. It's always like super close together. Like, you definitely never know when you're gonna end up pulling ahead and getting the win and stuff. Like, it's quite a miracle to pull it off.
Well, miracle indeed, Phil. Is there anything else you'd like to add towards this season or this race in particular, or just give some shout outs, Philip?
Just overall, like, great racing from everyone. Like, it's been a ton of fun the past couple seasons, and look forward to season three.
You mean 9?
Season 9.
Season nine, well, season three for me.
Yes, indeed. We'll get you back over there. I'm sure they'll
Hell yeah.
still got to talk to you and figure out things with you and stuff like that. Hell yeah, good to see you bringing on P1. Well deserved, and great job, Phil.
Thanks, man.
I'm pretty sure he won the start of the season. Like he won the first race and the last race of the season. He pulled a
He pulled a
Tyler
Jim.
Reddick from the no, Tyler Reddick in the Xfinity series. If I'm not mistaken, like he won Daytona to lock himself into the playoffs, and then like he won Homestead. Like,
Parlin, New Jersey.
What up?
hey
Hey,
Jim, so how long had you been saving gas there, Jim?
Pretty much since we went back on
that's,
hard. Guess I didn't do
Oh,
enough though, did I now?
man, that was heartbreaking. Like running out basically turn 4. Uh,
Yeah,
explain us though, like all that intense. I don't want to say mirror driving, but defensive driving you were displaying there. That was superb defensive driving in the closing laps before
oh
you
yeah.
kind of ran out of fuel, Jim.
yeah. I just had to stay in front of Brad. I knew Brad was saving too. Evidently, he did a better job because when I ran out, unfortunately, he hit the side of me and I guess got wrecked out, and I feel bad.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what happened. So you started sputtering right as he came out to pass you, and then like, okay, man. Oh,
Yeah, I feel
my
bad because if I
my
could have
Lanta.
said something quick enough, I would have just dove down
Oh,
out of his way.
hey, man.
But
It,
Phil's
it,
happy I did it. I mean, I'm sure.
Freaking Jim.
yes, Jim. I'm sure he is. That was a great laugh there. I'm sorry, I had to laugh.
I'm sitting there
Um,
Yeah,
like, I'm like, oh, my Jersey native was gonna do it. And it's like,
yeah.
oh.
Damn, Brian, he jinxed the heck out of you. Like with 3 laps to go, he's like, "My Jersey native's gonna." Oh, he ran like.
yeah,
Yeah,
but actually, it's Kyle and Robbie's fault. They should have stayed out one more lap, and I would have won.
Yeah, because after that you inherited the lead, and you had to start pushing.
Exactly. I was like, oh no, come on, one more lap, guys.
uh,
Yes, blame Kyle and, and
It's always
Darnell.
Kyle's fault. You know that.
Yes.
oh,
Um,
absolutely, we do.
Now, for as
I
bad
gotta.
as this race started, it ended up pretty good. So
I was gonna say, for like a trying to do your best, like evil Knievel stuntman impersonation, like that
yeah, I was 2 laps
from.
down.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was. Then he came back
I
and
mean, you probably got the greatest comeback award of the night. I would have to
I
say.
almost quit. I did. I was like, well, I'm done.
that's a Jersey thing. That's a Jersey thing.
Funniest.
And Mark's like, come on, man. I'm like, all right.
Yes.
Mark's like, hey, if I'm sticking it out, you got to.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Mark.
Oh,
Like,
he got caught up, I think, in the first one. I
well,
think he.
yeah, but he like pitted like when we went back to green. It was weird. Maybe he had too many beers.
He pulled a Brian Vickers. He's like, Pitt? Oh, yeah, I got a tire rub?
This is time to pit. We got 30 laps to go. I'll pit.
Yes.
But, Jim, just, I tried to ask this one to Philip. He kind of had a great response to it, but just explain your thoughts of the racing this season, and especially this race. Had a lot of good, at times, a lot of good side-by-side action racing going on. Just express how you have felt this season racing with everybody, how competitive it has been at times, Jim.
The Truck Series has probably been outstanding in my opinion. I guess this race is different because we do have a couple more new people that we're getting used to. They're going to learn just like the rest of us did, and so far this was great. I mean, I had a good time this entire season.
Yeah, they're gonna learn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jim.
No, they
Um,
are. I mean, we got to learn each other. Without learning each
yes.
other. And I was picking on Tyler a little bit today because this is my first wreck. I go, and Tyler got me again. But it's just not racing around each other. That's basically what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's Jim. Love stirring the pot there. Got to rough him up. Since you're a
I was
veteran,
giving it to Phil. I was giving it to Phil in the
right?
race. He gave me a good shot, and I'm like, dude, really? You hit me in last night. Now you hit me again.
Um,
Oh, that's
Jim,
great.
got anything else you might want to say about tonight's race, or maybe give some shout outs there, Jim?
I would love to give shout out to Kyle for like helping me save gas, but he failed me. But other than that, everything was great, man.
Man,
Oh.
it's a double decker bus at this point. It ain't no Greyhound.
Yes.
Now, thanks for all your guys' work, and it was a great time. We're taking 2 weeks off, so anybody
Yes,
wants to
sir.
come out in the next couple of weeks, look for us on the old hosted races to do some recruiting.
There you go.
Well, there you guys have it. Yes, indeed.
All right, Jim. I'll get
All right,
with you
guys, get
after.
me out of here, all right, will you?
All right.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's. Well, okay. We'll chit chat later.
Yes, get me away from the laughing
Yeah.
hyena.
Now where we at? Right here, Mr. John.
Hey guys, got a copy of you.
Hey,
Hey.
John. So, what's your thoughts about this exciting humdinger of a race?
Well, the first half, I think some people were learning how to drive it. There's a big draft and huge closing rates, and it gets a little loose at times. So I think some of the guys misjudged it a little bit. But once we got to halfway, I think we kind of figured it out for the most part, and it ended up being a pretty good race.
Yes, indeed, it did.
Well,
Yes.
John, also, I've asked this question to many, everybody else tonight, the two other people we spoke to. John, how have you felt about the racing this season?
You know what? For the most part, it's been pretty good. We have a few issues once in a while, but it seems like once we get to the halfway, everybody gets the race mode on and we go. So I haven't made all the races. I'd like to make more next season. I will, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the overall racing of it. It's pretty good.
Where did you come up with that quote or that phrase? If you sniff the lead, slow down. Too stressful.
Because it's stressful near the lead. So you want to hang up there, you better have some kahunas to hang up there because some of these tracks, the old heart gets racing, and for us old guys, it gets pretty tiring.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, John?
I'm 56 this year.
Oh, well, no, hey, man, you ain't that,
He's still
I'm not
I
young.
bad,
wouldn't
I
call
guess.
you. Yeah, exactly. Like what Brian said, you still young. I mean, not unfortunate. I mean, you're not my age, but I don't really feel that young. I mean, I wish I. Anywho, off the young subject, John. So I would assume in a couple of weeks it will probably be back at Daytona, perhaps, maybe. But I don't want to speculate. We don't know yet. But possibly Daytona. If you're able to make it, just uh, you know, how would you feel about if it is Daytona? You know.
Uh, Daytona and Talladega aren't my bestest races because it's just you can't control it. If somebody else makes a mistake, half the race is gone, right? Everybody crashes. So
Mhm.
I'm 50-50 on it. It's fun if everybody does a good job. It's actually a really fun race to race. But if we have a few wrecks, you could be out in the first 20 laps. So and there's a lot of strategy too involved. If it goes green, do you pit early? Do you pit late? You got to pit with the pack. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be they're always interesting. You try to have a few friends out there and just kind of go for it or you hang back. Like this race, I hang back. For that second whole session, I was thinking, gotta stay some gas. I was at the back of the pack. And about the last 10 laps, we decided to move up a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we
that's
were.
the way to go about it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. We were trying to keep an eye on some of the people that normally tend to do that in some of these races, and you were gradually making your way up there. Once you did, man,
Oh
you
yeah.
weren't really letting it go. That's for sure,
Oh.
John.
Yeah, with I don't know, must have been like 3 or 4 laps to go there. I tried the outside a few times there, a couple laps. Then that last lap, I thought, okay, I'll lay back, a few car lengths, and yeah, I did get the big run. Then Brad came up the block, and he looks like he got loose because he went down, then came back up again. Then I just tattooed him. So we're lucky to roll across third with a blown engine, but yeah, it's all good.
Well, John, is there anything else you'd like to add, or maybe give some shout outs to anybody?
I'll give a shout out to you guys and the league in general. If you guys weren't here, we wouldn't be able to do this. So yeah, thanks guys for the good season. We'll see you next one.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Great run tonight. You're always the quiet one moving up through the field there, so it's always good to see you push it towards the end and tell everybody, hey, I'm here. So,
Yeah, I like to stay out of trouble for the most part.
oh yeah, awesome race, Bud. Good job. Catching a bit.
Yeah, guys, I guess we're off for a couple of weeks, so we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, you know what to do.
Well, everybody who did come out and tune in to watch this awesome season 8, I believe, finale here at Atlanta for the SRU Truck Series. These truckers gave it one heck of a show uh, tonight. Lots of action all around. And for Brian Huntley, myself, William Roberts, we'd just like to thank every one of you